Hey guys, it is Friday, February the 10th of 2023, and I want to do a quick update on Nifty 50. Haven't done one for February, so I figure I'd do one now. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you know, I'm using data from 2007 on. Let's focus in right here in the battle zone. As you can see, there are 3 cycles here. Maybe some have changed. Maybe some are popping up now. I'm going to start with the strongest one, which is the 191. You guys already know the cycle. The cycle topped out somewhere around January, and this cycle is down. The second one is the 119. And this cycle hit a trough around November 7th, and now this cycle is up. So Nifty 50 is interesting. There's one that's down, one that's up. And I can't remember from my last video if I covered at 87. This one is the one that's getting some strength. So this one came down, and now we hit a peak January 16, and now this cycle is down. So these are the 3 that I see, in my opinion, that are important. The 91, 191, and the 119 are the strongest. This one comes in third at 87. And then in regards to the dominant cycle, this dominant cycle now is down, and it's going to hit a trough somewhere around February 20th. And then it's going to be going up, which is what, 37, which looks something like this. So the next couple of days, this cycle is going to be up 37, 87. It's going down. The 119 is going up, and the 191 is going down. So interesting. Let's look at the daily to see if we get any clues there. Okay, so this is the daily chart. And what's interesting here, in regards to Elliott wave, we've already hit a wave 5 on the daily chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, if it has potential to go up, there is this dominant cycle that now has hit a trough and it's going up to like March the 1st or 2nd. So I just want to point that out. So let's start off with the bigger cycle. The bigger cycle 260, you can see kind of going with price action, hit a peak somewhere around January 2nd, 3rd. I don't know if you guys remember that, 3rd, that first week, and now this cycle is down. The next cycle is the 144, interesting number. Hit a peak around November 17th, and now this cycle hits a trough around February the 22nd, around there. It's interesting to see if it pushes lower and takes out that low right here. Then chances are you got to keep an eye on February the 23rd. If it's on a weekend, try to get close to Monday or Friday. Let's see. The last one is 69, which is the dominant cycle, which is this one down here. And this one hit a trough around January 23rd, and now this cycle is going up. So we have one going up. We have the 144 that hits a trough around February the 22nd. Keep that in mind. And then the 260 cycle is going down all the way to like May of 2023. So we're looking at our seasonality now, percent of months in which Nifty closed higher than it opened from 2019 to 2023. And just looking at this average, you can see that March is pretty strong. So we got to be cautious here. If February puts a swing low and wants to push higher, test those highs and maybe push higher, just using the 5-year, just a thought. You have to be very careful not to be too bearish here. Let's see. January, we already knew that was weak. We're already in February. It's kind of flat, 50. So you see that the range has just been kind of going sideways. And March is a little stronger with May. But can we get a rally into March? It'd be interesting. If we could break out of that trend line, yeah, I could see that possibility. We already hit a wave 5 on the daily. We'll show you that soon. Using a 15, you can see January was weak, kind of sideways, if anything. February's a little on the weaker side, but not by much. But March is strong. And let's go to a 20-year and see what we get there. And February flat, March a little stronger, and April the strongest. Okay, so this is our early wave chart. As you can see, we're on a wave 3 as of right now. And this is a monthly chart, so it's pretty strong, above all the moving averages. Kind of chopping around here, but nice and strong. Although the Stokes have crossed over, that's the only thing negative. On the monthly is very positive. On the weekly, we got a wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 as of now, and chopping around the 20 and the 50, so pretty healthy. Nothing wrong there. It looks like, got a breakdown and then try to regain this accumulation distribution phase right here. So, and kind of finding the 20 as resistance on the weekly. The negatives, the Stokes are negative on the weekly, so just kind of chopping around. That's what I'm looking at here. And then once you go to the daily, this is where it gets interesting. So we hit a wave 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're above the 200, chopping around the 20, the 100, and the 50. They're above you right now. So the 20 and the 100 are SMA are resistance. And just kind of chopping around here, although the Stokes are positive. So if we get a rally, March, seasonality-wise, is pretty strong. So I won't rule it out. January was weak. As you can see, we made a low. And then February is kind of flat. But if it wakes up, March could get a little rally and maybe test that high. I wouldn't, or maybe it could be a fail new high and then go down or go sideways. Is one of those, things could play out. But keep an eye on that. Let's look at some dates I want to give you. Using the ellipse technique, keep an eye on the 16. That's where the trigger is. So what I mean, volatility would increase, but it could also be that it could go sideways here and then crash or pop. And if it's not the 16, watch the 17 or the 15. So 15, 16 is the trigger, and 17 if it's the next day. Keep an eye on that. If we go up, it could be a target of 18.31.5 all the way to 18.417. Also keep an eye on the 14. There's a trigger there, and the 23rd. You can see that if it wants to go up, you got to deal with the 50 that it's coming down, and that could be resistance also. Let's see. In regards to the Gann square, 17.959. That's going to be a level, which is pretty much where the 100 SMA is. Keep that in mind too. And I think that's it for the Elliott wave chart. Okay, so this is my geometry chart with some other things I look at. As you can see, this is the Gann speed lines. If I'm support right here, all the way from this 2020 low, and it's just hovering around the 3/4 level. So if it's going to go up, it's going to have to retest that high. So right now it's just kind of going sideways back in that weekly range. And mind you, this is a weekly chart. Let's go to the next one. The Gann angle fans, you can see that this is a 1x1, so it's below it. So nothing really happening there. Using our action reaction line, what's fascinating about this tool is that you can see that there is some struggle right here. This is mirroring what has happened in the past. And we're having a tough time. Once we break that out, we could probably test this resistance angle in regards to action reaction lines. But as of right now, it's resistance. So keep an eye on that. Using our Andrews pitchfork, you can see that it found support at this angle right here. And it may want to test and get back in the groove and continue pushing higher if that's what its plan is. But as of right now, this is where it's kind of finding support. Adjusting that angle at 50%, you can see that it's finding support at the 25. And that'll be the 50. So that'll be the target if it pushes higher. If it fails, this is where we'll probably find support from this angle here. These are some cycles I have. Well, first off, when I start off with the Gann swings, this is negative. This is a 3-day Gann swing. This is an advanced Gann swing, and that's negative. So nothing positive there as of right now. And you can see that this cycle which is a mirror cycle, hits a peak somewhere around the 15th. So keep an eye on that date. The other dates I also gave you. Looks like it pulls back to the March 1st and then March 13th. And we already know that March is pretty strong. So interesting to see how this is going to play out with these indicators. And the Dewey cycle is pointing down till like March 13th. Interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Bullish Gartley found. So I use this as a timing point, March 8th. So we're pushing higher. March 8th will be a date I'll be watching. And you can see that right here we're at the 50%. Nothing really interesting there. And I think that's it for the geometry charts. This will be the last chart I'm going to be showing you. I apologize for my nose. Allergies have just been kicking my butt over here in Nashville. My eyes are like constantly tearing. My nose is... I'm going to go to the doctor today and get evaluated, maybe get some drops or something. But however, I'm going to still push on. Using our Gann square, squaring the range from this low to this high, you can see that there's going to be a level right here we're going to have to battle, which is at 1796.1. Right now, it's kind of having a tough time with this angle right here. But if we could close above, you know, there's a trend line going down. And this angle right here and here. So we'll take it at one step at a time. Resistance 17,961. There's some Gann fans I'm looking at here. And this is the 1 by 1 here. Support. So it's kind of floating in, you know, in space there. Nothing to talk about there. This is from another Gann fan swing point. That's my Fourier. And this is the one I wanted to show you. So this is the one from the current high of December 1st, 2022. This is the 45 degree and prices now are above it. See 45. So we stay above that. Chances are we're going to test this. We're going to test this angle. If we could stay above it and push higher. So if we go into March, if we could get above there, and then I got to adjust this Gann fan and add more of the other ones, but I made them really simple just to see if we could just get up there. But the main thing is the Gann square with all these resistance levels or challenging levels. I want to see how we're going to act once we get to 1796.1. If we could close above that, you can see the swing pivot right there. It failed and pushed down. If we could close above that, chances are it's going to probably test these angles. And if we could go close above that angle there, close that, and then next level will be 1842.4, and then obviously the swing high. Now keep in mind, squaring this range right here, you're going into the midpoint, which is March the 12th. This will be a very important day. If we get up there and get somewhere around March the 12th and never took that high out, this could be a very important turning point. This is the midpoint of squaring the range. Very strong energy point right here that could, you know, either gives it an explosion to the upside or it fails. Or, you know, going up. It may have, you know, gone and exploded higher, taken out that high, and then somewhere around here, March the 12th, it turns. And that's a Sunday, so you'll be looking for Monday or Friday. Whatever that Friday is, the 10th. Yeah, start looking at the 10th, the 12th, and the 13th. That's going to be very important if we're going to be fluctuating somewhere around here if we haven't taken out that high. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the Nifty 50.